YouTube, what's going on? BD Wolfgang 1980 here, aka Bezell, the man to see and the place to be in the QCNC. Hope you're doing well as usual. I most certainly am. Welcome into your Lucha Underground review for November the 5th, 2014. We had another fun episode. Let's get right down to it, folks. Show started off with a recap of last week, showing the matches as far as Chavo Guerrero losing to Blue Demon and Sexy Star losing to Son of Havoc. It also showed highlights of the wonderful main event from last week, the Johnny Mundo versus Prince Puma. And from there, it showed the ending with the three thugs or three gangsters, whatever you want to call them, coming in at the end and cleaning house. From there, we get brought up to the current moment. Show opens up after the credits. We're in the ring with the three guys from last week's ending. We don't know their names yet. They're there, there's a microphone in one of their hands. He begins to cut a promo. He says his name is Cortez Castro, and that's all you need to know. So I guess that's his little catchphrase. Another guy was in the ring, as we all know from previous promotion, as Ezekiel Jackson. I thought this was a nice touch, guys. He was in the ring smoking a cigar. Now, bear in mind, this is a wrestling show, whatnot. I thought it was a nice touch. It did add a little level of realism to it, just that simple act. But no, he was smoking a cigar the whole time, looking like he's the big boss. And but that was obviously that's his character. But let me continue. He's smoking a cigar. Then the other guy, I'm getting ready to say gentleman, but the other thug. Let's keep it in character here. The other thug had with the bandana. He says his name is Cisco. From there, the gentleman smoking the cigar that we know as Ezekiel Jackson, he grabs the microphone. He now says his name is Big Rick. So from henceforth, that's what we're going to call him here. So Big Rick takes the mic, says he's the boss of the group. He says that he took the money from Dario Cueto last week, and they're going to run things from here on out. Big Rick doesn't get to say much because from there he's interrupted by Johnny Mundo, and he rushes the ring. He attacks Castro. He takes it to Cisco as well. Big Rick, since he's the boss, now we all know he's a big man, and he can definitely take care of himself, but he got out of the ring. I guess he's really going to play this boss role, or I guess he's going to play this heel role. The boss doesn't get involved unless he really has to. So he got out of the ring while his two associates got beat up. From there, Mundo is handling business. He cleans house on both of the men. From there, the two of the heels, or Castro and Cisco, they leave the ring. They get chairs, and they threaten to come back in and take care of Mundo. From there, Prince Puma runs out. He gets into the ring, shows solidarity with Mundo. They got each other's back. Hey, nothing's going to happen up in here tonight. Dario Cueto comes out. I believe they did play his music, so it was full fanfare come out, but it was a short come out. He just came out and said, hey, they pulled something we've seen on all the promotions. Let's have a match. We're going to have a match right here, right now. So we're going to have Johnny Mundo, Prince Puma versus Cortez Castro and Cisco. From there, match starts off. Puma and Cortez, they lock up. Good, quick lucha action, as we've explained in previous videos. We got some good lucha action there. We got some arm drags, drop kicks. Puma tags Mundo. We got a double enziguri, which is a very cool spot. Only got us a 2 count, though. From there, the announcers keep driving the point home about as far as Prince Puma's association with Conan, especially Vampiro. Maybe we're going to find out later that Vampiro has been burned in the past or something like that as far as Conan is concerned. But they were really driving home the point that Conan is not one to be trusted. He's not a good guy. And definitely he's got evil intentions or ulterior motives when it comes to Prince Puma. Let's continue. Cisco comes in. He takes a leg lariat from Mundo. 2 count from Mundo, but that's not obviously that's not enough. Cisco hits a nice backsplash to Mundo for a 2 count. After some interference from Cortez, Cortez takes control. He uses an elbow drop for another 2 count on Mundo. Good tag work from Cisco and Castro. Put that in my notes. But Mundo does eventually make a hot tag to Puma. Puma comes in cleaning house. He gets a 2 count on Cisco. He does a standing shooting star press, which I wrote down was awesome, guys. If you didn't watch last week's, you're doing yourself a disservice. But he did that. He did another beautiful, awesome shooting star press from a standing position. Mundo misses a corkscrew over the top outside as he was trying to attack Cisco, I believe, or excuse me, maybe it was Castro at this moment. So he's out, down and out on the outside. Cisco gets a 2 count on Puma after a good double team action. Mundo interrupts the finisher that Cisco and Castro were trying to set up. Puma hits a sunset flip for a 2 count. The finish comes in. It's a well-timed, well-executed double 450 splash from Mundo and Puma. It was really cool, guys. Now, let me set it up for you. Obviously, Castro and Cisco were laid out in the ring, both in the respective corners. Mundo, Puma, both get on the different turnbuckles, top rope, playing it up to the crowd, looking around, signaling to each other. Obviously, that internal clock was going down in their heads. They hit it together, 1, 2, 3. You had beautiful double 450 splash for your 1, 2, 3. A nice finish, well timed. It looked good. It was filmed well as well. As Lucha Underground has been kind of being known for, which I'm really enjoying the camera work. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I put down in my notes, really good match. Okay. From there, we get a cutscene with Conan and Puma in the locker room. Conan's watching them hit the heavy bag. They're training. Conan says, "Everyone is talking about you, Puma, just like I knew you would. They're talking about you because you are the man, just like I said they would." But he also says, "You need to stay away from Mundo. His fight ain't your fight. And even more importantly, he ain't your friend. In this business, there's only one friend." And I believe he said in Spanish, soy yo, which I believe is just you in Spanish, or just me, or not in the literal sense of saying just Conan, but I believe he's just saying basically the only person you can trust in this business is yourself. My Latino or Spanish speaking friends out there, get me on the right track. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Let's see here. Okay, he said he's not your friend. His fight is not your fight. In this business, you have no friends. From there, we have another cutscene, but this one is of the promo variety or intro. I wrote down intro promo. We're getting ready to learn who Mil Muertes is, or 1,000 Deaths, which I believe is the translation. They did kind of say that a few times. I thought the cutscene felt a little rushed. Didn't have that organic, or I don't want to say organic. It didn't have that Hollywood feel that the ones last week had. Comment down below if you agree, or maybe I set the bar too high. But to me, this one didn't. From the beginning, it just felt a little cheaper. But let me go on. I wrote down not as good as the others. Felt a little rushed. There was a woman talking the whole time, talking about death is coming for you and all that kind of stuff. Now, we didn't know who she was. That's why I'm not telling you her name yet. We do everything in order here around Bezell Speaks. From there, and it ended suddenly. So it was just a quick, short intro. From there, it was time for a match. We have a mixed tag match, intergender mixed tag match. The Son of Havoc and the lovely Ivelisse, who some of you are probably familiar with from some of the indie and women promotions. I've heard of her myself. Versus Chavo Guerrero and Sexy Star. So we're going to see a little bit of what they led to last week with the whole feud between Sexy Star and Son of Havoc. Ought to be interesting. From there, Chavo, Son of Havoc, they lock things up. Chavo grabs him by the beard of all things and gives him a quick swing. There's a little comedy spot right there. Havoc delivers a big-time knee after the distraction from Ivelisse. Let me tell you, you can be easily distracted with her. She's a pretty girl. Big-time chops to the chest of Chavo. Ivelisse gets tagged in and she puts the boots to Chavo right there in the corner, Samoa Joe style. It's nice to see from a female that time of aggressiveness, especially on a male opponent. From there, Chavo pushes her away, not in a bullying way, but just hey, I don't want to fight a woman kind of deal. Just pushes her away. From there, Havoc gets back in, and so does Sexy Star. And obviously, we have that animosity between the two. Sexy Star rushes in, runs the ropes, hits a beautiful Hurricane Rana. She does a Matrix move, dodging a clothesline a la Trish Stratus. Let's see from there, big time boots to Havoc, but then she takes a vicious back elbow. And let me tell you guys, He treated her like a man. Uh, the Havoc makes the tag to Evilise. She comes in, gets comes in, drops a couple of boots to Star, tags Havoc again. Also, Havoc shows a bit of his athleticism. He does a standing moonsault, which looked really clean, really crisp. It was nice to see. From there, oh yeah, excuse me, he did a standing moonsault, but it was performed very well, but it was countered. He took 2 knees to the chest. From there, Sexy Star gets the tag to Chavo. He comes in, cleans good house with the hot tag. From there, the ladies start to brawl themselves outside. The action goes outside. Chavo hits a frog splash, just like the late great Eddie. Well, not as great, but you know what I'm saying. In honor of the late great Eddie. Tags in Star. She hits a beautiful reverse sunset flip, so she gets the pin over Son of Havoc. 1 to 2 to the 3. Your winners, Chavo Guerrero and Sexy Star. Fun, entertaining, a breath of fresh air, something new. You just don't see it anymore, guys. I'm from the 80s. I remember we used to see the men and the women lock it up sometimes, but it was very rare. It was very novelty, and there was always some type of angle. This was refreshing. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Okay, from there we get another cutscene. This time it is the Blue Demon Jr., and it's showing that he's training in the back. He is then approached by Katrina, who we heard about earlier, as far as the manager or the, I don't know what you want to call it, spokeswoman for Mil Muertes. She says that she has a message, and then she licks the cheek of Blue Demon. I believe they said that's a reference to a, kind of like a kiss of death in the Italian culture. I believe that was supposed to be some type of death kiss. And then she gives him a lick on the cheek, and it says, just give you a little taste before your 1,000 deaths. Intriguing. I kind of get like a Spanish Lana kind of vibe with this Katrina. Definitely intriguing. I'd like to see more. From there, we get another cutscene. We get the ultra talented Prince Puma. He's training with Conan in the back. Conan obviously doing what he can to motivate him. Conan says he didn't expect to find Puma, but he was told by a friend to check him out. Once he saw him fight, he knew that was it. And then he also said once he learned his family name, he knew he could be great. He did a little more explaining as far as they touched on that last week, guys, with the whole bloodline of Prince Puma. As far as like being, I don't know if it's kayfabe or not. I'm sure it probably is. But either way, it makes for an interesting story. Maybe one day Prince Puma might be looking at the future champion of Lucha Underground in him. Obviously, they would have a lot of build up with him, and he's definitely worth the trouble. Very talented athlete. I'm definitely intrigued. I want to see more. Okay, tell you what, guys, don't you just appreciate the fact that the show is an hour? You want to talk about flowing and just, you know what I mean? You get your segments, you get your matches, good matches. You get some more segments. But here we are. It's main event time. We have Blue Demon Jr. versus Mil Muertes with the lovely Katrina with him. First impressions, okay, guys, as we're looking at a new wrestler. I wrote down a good look as far as Mil Muertes is concerned. Looked very tough. Not exactly the tallest guy, but he was very thick, very strong, big chest, big arms, big midsection. He looked very powerful. Now, his costume was very nice. Guys, comment down below. Tell me what you thought of his costume. I thought it was awesome. He had the respect with the mask, but he had the Aztec headdress or I'm not sure. I might be confused. All my Latino brethren out there, get me straight now. Was it Aztec or was that a Mayan costume he had on? Either way, it was freaking awesome. Tell me what you thought of it. So first impressions, just going by a look before he ever got into the ring, I give him, before the bell ever rang, I give him 2 thumbs up. He looked good. He had a nice, intimidating look and a good costume. Alrighty. Mil Muertes goes to work on Demon before the bell even rings. So he's taking the big time clubbing blows, big time punches. He gets some serious chops. I tell you what, guys, comment down below. Maybe they got the microphones turned up, but these chops that these luchadors are delivering on Lucha Underground, A plus. Let me tell you, I hate to be in the back after one of those matches. You have a red chest. Okay, from there. Being relentless in his assault on poor Blue Demon, the action goes outside. Demon goes head first into an announcer's table. Also, he gets thrown back inside. Now, Demon at this point starts to come back due to a little bit of lollygagging from Mil Muertes. Demon comes back to deliver some big time chops of his own. We got a seated drop kick. We got 2 count after a nice bulldog, but unfortunately Mill hits a backbreaker. But also, this match was very back and forth. After he hit that backbreaker, he took a DDT for a 2 count from Demone as well. More vicious chops, then a nice big time powerful spear from Mill, then a flatliner or the stroke. If you guys remember Jeff Jarrett, that same move was called the stroke. 1, the 2 to the 3. Mil Muertes is your winner. Guys, this match was quick. It was to the point. It was still fun. He came off very dominating. I enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of you did too. Comment down below. Let me know how you felt. But the show is not over. I just said that was the main event. From there, let's see. Mill is beating Demone after the bell. Chavo comes out to the rescue because it was getting a little ugly. Mill was just, he was brought in, this mercenary. And I guess he wanted Demone to feel every single one of those 1,000 deaths. So, but Chavo came to the rescue. Rushes down to the ring. He's got a steel chair in hand. Muertes gets up out of there. But all of a sudden, Chavo attacks Blue Demone Jr. What up with that? Lays him out cold. Keeps on going. Big time chair shots. Vicious chair shots from Chavo. What happened to Chavo? Where did this side come from? From there, referees rush to the ring. And he attacks them as well. Just lays them out with the chairs. Now, I don't know how the rules are on Lucha Underground. But then, the other promotions, you can't do that to a referee. You'll be suspended. You know what I'm saying? But I guess here in the temple, maybe Dario Cueto will touch on this next week. But here in the temple, rules are a little bit different. But he did attack the referees. From there, we have some other wrestlers come out of the back. They tried to help Demone. One of them was Sexy Star. She came out, she pleaded with Chavo. She's on her knees, hands folded. Stop. What are you doing? Please, stop this. And the guys, let me tell you, this may have been definitely the most shocking moment I've seen of the show the past 2 weeks. Maybe one of the most shocking moments I've seen in wrestling in a while. But let me tell you, he hit Sexy Star with a chair shot across the head, and it was vicious. I jumped up in my chair, and I was expecting to see this. I was already aware of how this woman is tough. She's probably going to do something to really put over the aspect that she can hang with the men. And let me tell you, I saw it. But even then, it's been so long since you've seen something like that out of pro wrestling on television. It made me jump up in my chair. It really did. I was like, oh, my goodness. Hope she was okay. But that's what they're going for. So I know some of you might not be comfortable with that, and that's fine. Maybe this isn't the show for you, because I think that this is only the beginning when it comes to this type of interaction between the men and the women. So comment down below. Did it upset you? Were you fine with it? Were you from the standpoint of like, whoa, that was, intense, big respect to her? Tell me your thoughts on that whole interaction, because for some, I'm sure some felt uncomfortable with that. Me, it caught me off guard, even though I was ready for it and grew up watching this stuff. But let me tell you, it was a heck of a spot. I ain't seen nothing like that in pro wrestling in a long time. But it's not done yet. Vicious chair shot to the head. Chavo is posing and standing, looking at the damage that he's created. Lots of "you suck" chants. They were saying something in Spanish. I did hear. I think I heard perro, which I believe is dog in Spanish. I believe they were also using another P word in Spanish, which is a curse word here in English. So you don't have to write it down below, my Spanish brethren, but just let me know if I heard right. Plenty of "you suck" chants. Chavo sits in the ring admiring his work. EMTs come out. They got poor Blue Demone on the stretcher. Oh, well, guess what? He's not done. Chavo starts yanking Blue Demone off the stretcher, a little bit more beat down. They finally get him separated. They get the guy in the ambulance. Shows the ambulance outside leaving. So they kind of turned the whole ambulance leaving into a kind of a cutscene, which I thought was a nice touch. Shows the ambulance leaving. You get your credits rolling. That's right, a wrestling show with credits rolling. I think it's just, once again, just a nice little touch. I know it's a show. We're past that here at Bezell Speaks. Let's continue. My overall thoughts: good show, fun matches, jaw-dropping moments, especially the chair shot. The cut scenes were good, but not as good as last week's. Overall, still good, fun show. Guys, I have no problem reviewing this for you. I love to do it. I want your feedback. Comment down below. Tell me, should we continue this? I'm enjoying it. Because, to be honest with you, I'd like to write it for you if some of y'all are interested in knowing my opinion on it. But just let me know what you think of the show. Do you enjoy the reviews? I try to do my best for you. Till then, it's a wonderful, beautiful beginning of a weekend here in the QCNC. I hope you get out there and enjoy yourself. Make sure you tell a friend about the channel. Don't be shy. Tell a friend, share, like, comment, hit that subscribe button. I mean, what are you waiting for? We bring you content all the time here. At least I try to do my best. And we give you in-depth comment around here. So please be good to one another. Get out there, enjoy life. Life's too short. Be good to one another. Tell a friend. Bezell will see you later. Be good. Peace, everybody. Have a good day.